To give you confidence on your trip, make sure your car is mechanically sound before you leave. Sure, you may have small minor repairs that can't be avoided on the trip, but spare yourself the drama and minimise any major breakdowns that you could have by getting a check done now. So I've got Brett here from BRN Mechanical. Now Brett, you've already done a few major repairs on my vehicle.
That's right, Penny. We've replaced the O-rings in the rear diff locker, we've replaced your front wheel bearings, and we've fitted a touring clutch to your vehicle.
No, that's great that you've done that, but now that you're going to do the pre-trip inspection for me, at the same time, would you mind if I looked over your shoulder and just learned a few things about the vehicle myself? So on the trip, if something does go wrong, I need to know what to look out for, like what's changed. Do you mind if we do that too?
Yeah, great idea. First thing we're going to check, Penny, is your wheel bearing for movement. So if you want to grab the tyre top and bottom and give it a wiggle.
Yep.
Now there's no movement there, is there?
No, not at all.
Yeah, that's good. And the next one is side to side.
Yep.
Grab the tyre side to side and give it a wiggle, and we got nothing there as well, so that's really good.
Okay, alright, so that's something I can actually do on the trip. I can jack up a wheel and check that both
Basically,
ways.
if it doesn't feel right or there's movement, we need to do something about it.
Okay, great.
The first thing we're going to check is your steering. What we're looking for here in these boots, Penny, is to make sure they're not split or cracked.
Yep.
And that's to keep the water out and the grease in.
Okay.
And these bushes over here, what we're looking for is the same deal. Make sure they're not split, cracked, perished, and make sure that they're sitting evenly in both sides.
Okay, yep, I can keep an eye on that.
Yep. So basically, if anything's sitting out of place or doesn't look right, you really need to let your mechanic know.
Okay, sure.
What we're looking for here is any leakage from the shock absorber.
Yep.
Same deal with the bushes, checking for cracked, split, perished.
Yep.
And same with your link pins and the sway bar bushes.
Okay, yep.
So, but you've already got new shockies, so highly unlikely you're going to have any dramas on this trip.
Yeah, I think so too.
And what we're doing here, Penny, is we're checking our gearbox and transfer case to make sure there's no fluid leakages. Most of this sort of stuff can be done without even jacking your vehicle up. You can just roll under with a good flashlight and have a look.
Okay, so when I get under, to look for any sort of damp, dark patches.
Yeah, that's right, yep.
Okay, yep, sure.
And what we're checking for here is on your uni joint is just grab the shaft and give it a wobble and see if there's any movement there.
Yeah, okay, so that's what it should be like.
And also after your trip, because you probably are going to go through some creek crossings,
yeah.
just swing by and we'll whack a grease gun and pop some grease in there for you.
Okay, great. Yeah, there's a grease point in there, I see. Yep.
Yeah,
sure.
This sort of movement's normal.
Okay.
Give the exhaust a good shake.
Okay.
And we're checking the mounting points. With the corrugated road that you'll be driving over, it is a pretty common problem. They will do rubbers and they will come loose.
Okay.
So we've got a loose one here. We might just give that a tighten before we let you go.
Yep, bit of movement there. Another great idea is while your vehicle's up on a hoist, grab your phone, take a couple of pics of things that you want to keep an eye on. Then when you're out in the tracks, you can pull your phone out, have a look at the photo and compare to what you've got on the tracks and make sure that everything's in place. It's just a good reminder of what you should be looking for.
So Penny, what you're looking for under the bonnet here is the yellow caps and the yellow dipstick.
Okay, yep.
Basically everything in yellow you can touch.
Alright.
There's nothing too technical about it.
Great.
We'll start with the windscreen washer fluid. Just top it up with water.
Yep.
Pop some soapies in it.
Yep, yep.
And just check your high and low level on the brake fluid.
Okay.
Top it up if required. Now your dipstick is down here in yellow as well.
Yeah.
You're basically checking to make sure it's in between the two marks.
Okay.
If it's not, top him up.
Yep.
So Penny, the last of our yellow cap is the coolant overflow bottle here, which is for your radiator.
Okay.
So basically you're making sure the water's in between the low and the high mark on there, and just top it up with water if you need to.
Okay, yeah, I can do that. Brett, is there anything I need to keep an eye on my battery?
Yeah, we should be checking to make sure that the battery's secure in its cradle, the hold down clamps are tight,
Yep.
and the battery terminals haven't got any movement.
Okay.
Now if they have, just grab a spanner and tighten them up.
Okay, yep, I've got one of those in my toolkit.
Yeah, well Penny, I think we've covered the basics.
No, we have, and I feel a lot safer now, Brett, so thank you very much for that. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, we'll have a great trip.
Thank you.